Hello! So this time last year, I had been out of university for a few months and I was undergoing the realization that I would have to get a real grown-up job like a real person. Since then I've gone through 2 periods of desolate job hunting, and this video is full of things that I wish I'd have known. Quick disclaimer, I am not promising that this video will immediately get you a job. Job hunting, especially in competitive industries and places, can take a while, so expect a few months of splitting your time between browsing the internet to distract yourself from the job applications that you're ignoring, and also sobbing into those job applications. So different industries and jobs require different applications and different processes to go through. So if you're going for, like, say, an animation job or something in film and TV, I have no experience of that. I'm pretty sure they have different steps, but maybe this will be helpful anyway. When I was applying for jobs, I was applying for a mix of admin things and social media things and kind of editorial, publication-y things, and this is my process that I used for that. So, the number one most important tip for job hunting is don't be disheartened. It will probably feel like everything is terrible, and if you're going through that right now, I am sorry because it sucks. Don't forget to chill out and give yourself some slack, maybe a day off every now and then, maybe don't work weekends, maybe do like a 9 to 5 schedule where you get the evenings off. Keep a spreadsheet with all of the jobs that you apply to in, with the name of the company, the position, the salary, where it is, how much you want it, that kind of thing. This way your brain is less likely to explode while trying to keep track of everything, and also if you hear back from one of the jobs you can just look through your spreadsheet and be like, oh, it's that one, oh alright, let's go for the interview. Secondly, don't mass apply to things. I've heard people being like, oh, I was applying for 20 jobs a day and it took me months to get something, and I kind of feel like if you're applying to 20 jobs a day, maybe that's why. If that is your method and that got you a job, then that is great and you're super lucky, but in my experience, even though it sucks royal ass, you have to customize each application to the job that you're actually applying for. But on the plus side, once you've done about 5 cover letters, you can just cut and paste the relevant bits and then add a little paragraph to make it relevant to the company you're applying for. Quick cover letter format. Dear person. Do some really quick research into the person that you're actually applying to. If their name is easily searchable and you address this cover letter to whom it may concern, then your application is probably going to go in the bin. At my old job, I actually had the HR person tell me that they'd given me an interview specifically because I put an accent in their name that didn't show up on their email address, and I just found that by finding their Facebook page. Also, I've heard that addressing cover letters as dear hiring manager instead of to whom it may concern is better, but I don't know whether that's true or not. Paragraph 1. Hello, this is who I am, and this is why I'd like to apply for your company. This is where you need to make your application memorable, because the people who put the advert out are probably reading through dozens, if not hundreds of responses. It might help to think about it in terms of a Friends episode title. Like, if they can't refer to your application as the one with the blank, then they're probably not going to remember it. Here it's a good idea to throw in a quick personal relationship to the company. So it could be the one who had the website, who reviewed our stuff, the one who studied this thing at university that made them interested in our products. Honestly, like, I put a border around my CV and since then got like 3 times as many responses, so if you can't throw in a personal detail, being the one with the border around it is at least something. Paragraphs 2 and 3 are here are the skills I have and here's how they're relevant to the job role. Use the job advert a lot to write these paragraphs and throw in any statistics that you have. Maybe you ran a Twitter account and during the time that you ran it, it got 1,000 more followers. Throw that in this bit. Paragraph 4 should contain 1 sentence summing up your relevant personality traits and when you would be available to start. If it's relevant, include a sentence saying, see attached for my portfolio with examples of my work. Thank them for taking the time to consider your application and say that you hope to hear back from them soon. Sign it off with yours sincerely if you know their name and yours faithfully if you don't. This cover letter should never be more than 1 page long, so play with margin sizes and play with like line spacing if you have to, but don't let it go over 1 page. Also check what document format they're looking to have the cover letter in. For your CV, make sure to use the same font as your cover letter for brand consistency. Super quick CV format. At the top, name and contact details. Your contact details should at least be your email address. It's helpful to have your phone number and sometimes your postal address on there as well. Some people include their date of birth. I didn't because I didn't want 1993 to put all the old people off. Next section, education with your highest qualification first. Briefly list the qualifications you have, the grades you've got, the institution you got them from, and the dates you were studying. This whole section should be pretty small and should take up less than 1/4 of a page. Next section is work experience. If you haven't had a real job before, throw in anything that you have into this bit. Do you have a YouTube channel with ads on it? Well, congratulations, you are a content creator for Google. Did you help out at your school newspaper? Oh my my god, you were an editor for an educational institution's publication, if you used to go into work sometimes with your parents to help out with filing, if you manned a stall at the village fair, if you did something for a society at uni, throw all of this on there. You need to write the dates, the company name, and the job title in bold, and then include 3 to 5 lines of what you did in that position. Don't be afraid to use buzzwords to make yourself sound like a pretentious asshole during this section. Sometimes companies use special software just to search for the buzzwords and filter out all the shit applications, so buzzwords are fine. If you're applying for different types of job, for example, social media positions and retail positions, it might be helpful to have 2 CVs, one highlighting all the social media experience you have and one highlighting all the times you've worked in a kind of retail setting. Have this section to go at least to the end of the first page and maybe a little bit onto the start of the second page as well. The final section is a skills section. These should also be weighted towards the type of position that you're applying for. Basically, these should include anything you're good at but couldn't find anywhere to fit it in the work experience bit. This could be anything from like Photoshop and coding abilities to more abstract things like teamwork skills and communication skills. Have a little heading of what skill it is, maybe 3 words max, and then have a few lines detailing what that skill is and how you have shown it in the past. Keep it to maybe 5 categories and maybe have one of them be languages if you have proficiency in any other language. Finally, once you've done that, you are ready to apply for some shit. If you're in the UK, for general job hunting websites, I've found that the Guardian website and Indeed.co.uk are pretty good but can be quite hit and miss. A tip I learned from a past job is that Indeed.co.uk you don't have to pay to advertise on, so you generally get smaller companies going over there. If you don't have a lot of experience, I would recommend applying to the smaller companies first, just because the big name companies are going to be a lot more competitive. Follow some Twitter accounts that post job vacancies. That way when you're taking a social media break, you'll still be getting these jobs in your Twitter feed and you'll be able to click through to them and apply to them later. I used to follow Pub Jobs UK for publishing jobs and Media Muppet for kind of media-based jobs. Also, you might want to upload your CV and basic cover letter to somewhere like read.co.uk. I think Read is very admin-based, but there are a lot of websites that are very similar. This way recruiters will get in touch with you instead of you having to do all the job hunting work. Be wary of recruiters and don't be crazy enthusiastic about taking the first thing they offer you. Recruiters take a commission for every position that they fill, so they might try and shove you into the first thing that is available. If you can afford to be picky with them, then definitely do. Finally, I want to reiterate the most important point, which is don't let this get you down. Being unemployed sucks, especially when you're not hearing anything back, you're just getting a stream of rejection letters, and you know that you could do the jobs that you're applying for. I promise you, it's not you, it is the system, and you will get there. I hope this helps a little bit, and even if it doesn't, I hope you get your dream job very soon.